Got a few articles here that just came out about some crack pipes coming from the HHS. So let's look at this one from the Hill. It says White House disputes reports of federal funds for crack pipes. The Biden administration on Wednesday pushed back on what it called misinformation, saying a federal grant program meant to reduce harm to drug users does not include taxpayer funding for pipes that can be used as to smoke crack or meth. Let me point out something there. It says, and this is got to pick up on it, it does not include taxpayer funding for pipes that can be used to smoke crack or meth. So there's a grant program out there, right, that is allowing HHS to put out these, does it say what they're called again? It was like safe smoking kits or something like that. There it is. It's safe smoking kits. Yeah. So these safe smoking kits are going to have syringes and alcohol wipes and stuff like that, so crackheads aren't giving each other STDs or anything like that, or furthering infections. And word on the street is there's going to be crack pipes in there too, so they can smoke the crack, which is awesome for them, I guess. But the verbiage here doesn't say that the White House says there's not going to be any crack pipes in there. It says there's not going to be any taxpayer funding for crack pipes. So pick up on that. And then I'm interested to know where this grant came from. I don't think it really covers that. I'm wondering if the grant is funded by taxpayers, and if it is, then this is wrong. But yeah, it says White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki later told reporters at a briefing that reports that crack pipes would be included in the safe smoking kits being distributed as part of the program were inaccurate. Even though this has never been a part of what's been funded, we felt it was important to put out a public statement from the federal government to make that clear, because we saw the spreading of misinformation and the fact that it was having an impact on a range of communities, Psaki said. And we felt, even though it was never true, that we need to put out a proactive statement. And where she go at down here? Reports circulated on Fox News and other conservative outlets that the grant program was being used to fund crack pipes. However, and the narrative quickly spread among conservative lawmakers. So they pointed at the conservatives. Over here at the Daily Mail, which I think is more so conservative, granted, says Biden administration denies funding programs that hand out crack pipes to prevent infection, promote racial equity. So pretty much the same thing we read here before. But what's interesting is his third bullet point down here. It says the $30 million grant program will distribute funds to nonprofits and local governments to make drug use safer and advance racial equity, whatever that means. Included in the grant is money to purchase safe smoking kits / supplies. Here's the third bullet point. A spokesperson for HHS said included in these kits could be pipes for users to smoke substances like crack cocaine and crystal meth. So either the Daily Mail is lying, or the White House is lying, or the spokesperson from HHS is lying. So it doesn't seem like anyone's on the same page here. I like the fact that somehow passing out crack pipes or syringes or whatever is going to help with racial equity among our good old crack smoking folks, crackheads, crack users, whatever we want to call them. And look, I'm not insensitive. I understand that being addicted to something is awful. We've got methadone clinics for meth heads, doing something. I get it. We've got to be proactive. People are addicted to alcohol. People are addicted to food, because I like seasoning. People are addicted to things, and I get that. And I don't want to be insensitive to that, but I don't think you help by incentivizing them smoke it instead of whatever else they're doing. I don't know, injecting it. Like, hey, I've got a cooler way for you to gut yourself. Smoke it. I don't know. That may be what's up. Let's look at the HHS site directly, though. I did read this from the HHS.gov. Statement by HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra and yada, yada, yada. Today, on the heels of organizations applying for grant money for harm reduction efforts. Health and Human Services Secretary, yada, 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 blah, 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 released the following statement. HHS and ONDCP are focused on using our resources smartly to reduce harm and save lives. According to federal funding, accordingly, no federal funding will be used directly or through subsequent reimbursements of grantees to put pipes in safe smoking kits. No federal funding will be used directly or through subsequent reimbursement of grantees. All right. So it's going a little further, kind of reassuring that we're not going to use taxpayer dollars, but still doesn't say that pipes aren't going to go in there. The goal of harm reduction is to save lives. The administration is focused on a comprehensive strategy to stop the spread of drugs and curb addiction, including prioritizing the use of proven harm reduction strategy like providing naloxone, fentanyl test strips, and clean syringes, as well as taking decisive actions to go after violent criminals who are trafficking illicit drugs like fentanyl across our borders and into our communities. We will continue working to address the addiction and overdose epidemic and ensure that our resources are used in the smartest and most efficient manner. Why aren't we doing more to stop fentanyl from crossing the border, though? That's something we could totally do, and we were working on that. I don't understand. I mean, you say you want to fix things, but the way you go about it is just, it's ass backwards. So, hey, we're gonna eliminate, drug use, and we're gonna make things safer. Safer for what? For the druggies to use their drugs? I mean, hats off to them, but what about for everybody else? And then we're not gonna stop the fentanyl and other drugs from coming in through the border, and we're gonna give them free passes. We're not gonna make them get COVID tested or shots or whatever. I mean, it seems like that's the way to go. If I wanted to start a business and, maybe a drug mule, hey, Mexico-U.S. border is the way to go. I don't understand the methodology here in its entirety, but I don't know. I quit trying to figure these guys out. But I will say that the likely head for this new operation I was unable to reach him for comment, and from my understanding, he's unattainable at the moment. Heaven help us. See y'all next week.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip from the Morning Mayhem. Remember, this is just a portion of the full show that comes out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you hadn't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the full shows or these tasty little nuggets.